Thunderstruck. The Eagles' fast finish after a bizarre lightning stoppage wasn't enough as the Demons hang on by 9 points to retake top spot on the ladder. West Coast now has a make-or-break derby on Sunday afternoon to keep their finals hopes alive for the 6th straight season. Welcome to Eagle Review, proudly presented by Stake. Make your mark on Wall Street with 4,000 US stocks at your fingertips and no commission on trades. Make sure to check out the Stake app at the App Store. Tyson B, you were pretty cosy in the press box as per usual when all this chaos struck. Talk to me what it was like at Optus.
Well, Thumper, it was pretty strange, really. I mean, only once in history has a regular season game been postponed due to lightning. That was back in 2014. We did have a game here against Essendon in a pre-season game at Mineral Resources Park, which was actually postponed as well.
It was very hot that day, so they were happy to get off the field.
Yeah.
Bit different this one.
It was a difficult one for the umpires, Thumper. I mean, they could have awarded the game to Melbourne had they not been able to get past the lightning issue, but they handled the whole thing pretty well. And a shout out as well to the ground manager, the gun ground manager, Tony Pasquale, who was able to sort things out. And eventually when play resumed, you kind of got the feeling that momentum could shift and West Coast could make a fight back.
Yeah, well, Simo joked post-game that it was almost divine intervention having Lord Raiden come down and throw some bolts. We were 6 minutes into the final term, hadn't made a dent in this 32-point deficit, and the rain is just bucketing. The lightning strikes nearby, I guess. I didn't see anyone get lit up on field.
Well, the danger for injury was pretty strong, really, given there was a 29-minute break. The whole quarter timed out at 59 minutes and 29 seconds.
What a monster.
That's a long quarter. And obviously teams trying to stay focused and fresh and be able to stay mentally strong as well. The Eagles coming back to kick the last 4 goals of the game, but there just wasn't enough time to overcome that deficit.
No, and it started with Josh Kennedy finishing well. Generous free kick, but on the left in the conditions. Nice one. Nick Nananui took a contested one deep forward, slots the goal, and Kelly's brilliant tackle a little later on, deep inside forward 50. Connor West takes the advantage, and it was going to be counted regardless. Thankfully puts it through, his first in West Coast colours. A great moment for him and the club, no doubt. But here's Max Gawn post-game, just talking about the momentum that West Coast had following the lightning strikes.
We didn't want to waste too much energy in that 30 minutes. We really wanted to reset and be calm. We imagined West Coast were doing a lot of rah-rah, trying to get up, so we thought maybe they're trying to relax and stay calm. It hasn't worked for us. I don't think I'm going to be in that position again. Who knows? Lightning could strike twice. But, I thought we did everything well in that 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's interesting, Thumper. I mean, we don't have timeouts in football, but clearly a stoppage like that can make a big difference. West Coast actually had 80% of time in forward half in that fourth quarter. Darling almost snapped this goal late, which would have made it less than 2 goals, 5 minutes to play. He did get one a little bit later, but in the end, there wasn't enough time to overcome that deficit.
Yeah, that's right. Here's senior coach Adam Simpson post-game. He was posed the question of maybe this style of football that West Coast showed in the last 15 minutes, that real brave, playing at all costs, is something to go to in the kit bag a little later on this year. Let's hear what he has to say in response.
Well, yeah, if you're trying to attack from your back half and it's wet and you're playing against a really good outfit that defends well, the quicker you go, the more trouble you get into. So I thought we had a bit more composure in the back half, won some contests, and then got some real speed off the contest. Like you're just not going to get from D50 to forward 50 without going through a contest against Melbourne.
So it's 15 goals to 4 going one side of the field. So clearly West Coast were always going to come in that fourth quarter, but 32 points, that mountain was a little too high to climb. All the damage really done from Melbourne's third quarter. The 5-goal-to-1, including 4 consecutive goals, just destroyed them in that 20-minute spurt. And again, they just couldn't stop the run-on of goals, TB.
Yeah, and halting momentum's been a bit of a problem for us all year, hasn't it, Thumper? You've got to give credit to their midfield, though. I mean, Petrarca was fantastic. Him and Oliver had 17 disposals combined in the third term. Harms, 8 touches, 2 clearances, 2 inside 50s and a goal. Melksham came into the side. He always seems to cause us problems. 2 goals for him. They had 9 of the last 10 inside 50s in the term. Complete opposite to the second quarter, where West Coast had a lot of dominance, though.
They were on top. So essentially it was the best pressured team against the worst pressured team on the night in Melbourne West Coast. And you would think the opposite the way this second quarter and the majority of the game played out, bar the third. West Coast on top of tackles, +8, had a great tackle efficiency in the first half. They were +9 contested possessions on the contest. So they really brought that physicality and pressure, and that got them 3 straight goals in the second term. West Coast did rue some chances, missed in that quarter as well. Melbourne could probably say the same thing as well. Maybe conditions playing a role for both of those. One absolute pivotal moment was on the stroke of half-time. Jeremy McGovern keeping the ball in here, just trying to create a bit of something, keep that momentum surging forward like we were doing. In the end, though, Melbourne capitalising, a goal to Cozzy Pickett on the stroke of half-time. It was an absolute dagger as Melbourne took the lead going into the main break.
Yeah, and they gave them momentum going into the second half. There were some really quality performances on the night. Elliot Yeo's game, 31 touches and pressure, 6 tackles. Have a look at the Stake High Flyer Player Index. Making these little gains each week, Yoey, equals season high 14 clearances, 8 in the final term, over 700 metres gained. Look, he did give away a couple of free kicks, but that hard edge that he plays with, that was strong last night.
Jack Redden also had it 30 times himself. Slotted an important goal in the third when momentum was going against the Coasties. Conditions well suited to a player like Jack Redden. Tim Kelly, he had it 26 times, had it 11 times in the third quarter when it was real tough going. Hats off to him there. Simpson ultimately thought that the Melbourne's midfield was probably more consistent on the night throughout the contest. We were negative 27 points from stoppage, which was it's a rarity to see when Nick Nat's firing. So the Gawn-Nick Nat battle was an interesting one to watch, especially because they haven't met too many times in their career.
Yeah, only the third time, 2015 and 2020 previously, which is remarkable given the superstars that they are. So Thumper, Max Gawn and Oliver, number 1 in the AFL as a combination for clearances. Nick Nat and Tim Kelly are number 2.
Classic.
So it was a good battle there. Nick Nat and Vardy, 0 touches in the third term. Luke Jackson and Max Gawn combined for 9.
Yeah, that's a difference maker. What about Brad Shepherd's game? So on Bailey Fritz, he's kept him to 8 disposals, 0 goals. It's only the second time this year he's gone goalless. He's averaging 2 a game, so Shepherd just still nailing that lockdown job when you need him.
Harry Edwards, he won some good one-on-one battles with Ben Brown throughout the night, but you could tell that they were really targeting Ben Brown in that matchup. He ended up having 3 goals and was quite pivotal in the outcome. No Tom Barrass, so big shoes for young Harry Edwards to fill. He did a pretty good job.
Yeah, well, no Tom McDonald laid out, so I think he had twice the amount of targets as any other West Coast Eagles forward. Pretty clear cut. So on to the more damaging report of Eagle Review. It's the carnage in the medical room once again. Shannon Hearn off the field early. A very slight hamstring injury, the coach is labelled it as. It's now probably around a 24, 25-day break until a possible elimination final. It's going to be trouble to see where he gets back. And also you've got Josh Kennedy leaving the field in the third. He missed 24 minutes, did return, which is the positive sign, but plenty to watch in the medical report come Tuesday.
Yeah, Liam Duggan also a late out on the night. He could be a bit iffy for the Derby. We'll have to find out his status during the week as well. But if you look at it, Melbourne have lost 10 out of the last 12 games to West Coast Thumper. 70% all time in the history of this series. So credit to them. They lock in their first double chance for 20 years and a chance at maybe ending a premiership drought, which goes back to 1964.
Hats off to them. Let's go to some steak roast of the round, if you don't mind. Let's go to the first. So, fair bit of carnage early doors with this collision. Oscar Allen, Josh Kennedy, they go down like 10 pins. And it continues to happen here with a couple of footies to head for the Melbourne Demons. Max Gawn cops one, as too does Jakey Lever. But you know there's nothing more we love than a broadcasting mare, TB. Yeah. So let's go to the old absent boundary rider. Take it away, Xavier Ellis.
Get hold of in front of them as well, Xavier.
Sorry, mate.
So throw in here.
That's pretty funny. Well, Xavier actually did save BT later in the call, Thumper. 2 Demons wearing long sleeves and blonde hair. Tough call to get wrong, right?
And Langdon in a little bit of trouble down there as well.
Yeah, Jaden Hunt's come off BT with an ankle. He's doing some run-throughs.
Love nothing more than a mark being paid on the ground where everyone thinks it's the mark, but the umpire pays something different. We'll take that every day of the week, and so will Oscar Allen. Look, 15 goals to 4, kicking to one side of the screen. It was the right, wasn't it, Pav?
Yeah, look, it has a bit, believe it or not. The wind's still howling, favouring the team that's kicking to the left of screen.
Now, the AFL dropping their membership rankings this week, and 7 Social Media creating a team that I've never heard of before. Western Football Club, 14th in the rankings. Not too bad.
They're doing well for a slightly unheard of team.
Have they just combined teams?
I guess so, yeah. Just round them out, all 3 of them. What about the around the ground? So the field club's getting active again, TB.
Yes, now a Brisbane Lions fan just delaying the throw back to the ball here. Is it him? Is it him?
Didn't want the 50 against his team. Mate, hang on. Is that Willy Wonka down there in the field club in the Freo kit?
Only at a Freo game.